KFAN and the Minnesota Vikings will be live from Shields and Eden Prairie on Tuesday, December 3rd for our annual Toys for Tots broadcast presented by Unreal. We'll be collecting donations for Toys for Tots from 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And we need your help. Be one of the first 50 people to donate a toy each show to receive a KFAN Unreal Winter Beanie. Get all the details now at KFAN.com. Keyword toys.
Man, now that I don't have any hair, I have to wear beanies all the time. My head, I'm freezing all the time. I didn't realize, man.
Winter is here.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's here to stay.
Yeah, man. Bring it on. It's cool. Doodly-doo-doo-doo. Big article about Josh Metellus today in The Athletic.
Or as Fox Sports calls them, medalists.
Was that
medalists?
I heard that. Yeah. They then corrected
name for a band.
Later in the broadcast, but at first they're like, yeah, but
medalists.
Josh medalists.
We are medalists.
It's an interesting choice.
Medalist kids.
Hey, Hogs.
What?
That's elite licorice. Everybody over here loves it.
Yeah, it's good, man.
That's impressive.
I got the, what's it called?
Twizzlers.
Orange creamsicle.
Orange creamsicle.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're good. I like them better than the chocolate ones.
So those are fighting words. Now you owe Marnie 2 apologies.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see what she thinks of these. Did she say the other day that she liked these too, or just mentioned that they existed? I don't remember her take on these.
I don't know if she knew about them.
I don't think she knew about these. I think we found these when we were on the old Amazon.
Well, I think she's going to be happy.
Good. That'd be new. Marty. Are we doing news?
Let's get to the news.
Want to do the news?
Marnie should be here in a second or two.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey.
So some guy got up on some flight, decided he wanted to open the door. The passengers duct taped him to his chair.
There was no time. He was 2 feet from the door. It was just chaos. He was going for the door. And so I just grabbed the guy from behind and kept him from pulling the thing on the door. You know, we were on our knees holding him down.
All right, so isn't the thing, though, Chris, you seem like you would know this. Isn't it, like, based on the pressure, you can't actually open that door, right? But
I'm pretty sure you cannot.
But just the fact that he was trying is alarming, that he's willing to try, even though it might be physically impossible to actually get it open in flight.
Who's carrying on duct tape?
They probably have some
the staff.
on the plane in case something happens. I don't know. But I'm glad that they duct taped him. He's lucky he didn't get the piss kicked out of him a lot more. I mean, that's a free-for-all right there. You're never getting in trouble for beating the hell out of a guy that's trying to potentially bring down a plane.
It's like the scene.
So go to work on
the scene in Airplane when there's a group of people waiting with different weapons. Yeah, man.
Why am I blanking on the undercover people? What are they called again?
Air marshals.
Thank you. For God's sakes. You wonder how fast that person had to expose themselves as the air marshal and just throw down.
I don't think he has to expose himself. He does
it's intimidating to the person trying to open the door.
If you don't sit down, sir.
I'm going to take this out.
I'm going to put this in you.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
And then he whipped out duct tape.
Yep.
And it wasn't quite as fun.
I mean, at that point, too, he's probably like, it looks like they have this under control. I don't see any weapons.
Let them have their fun.
Yeah, exactly. Just body shots.
Yeah.
Body blow.
I don't know. Like, as a passenger, I want to know that my air marshal, my undercover air marshal, that if some guy tries to open the door, that is my baseline. Like, I want you to stand up and go, all right, this is part of my job. Yeah. It's not just if they go for the cockpit. If they go for the door, I have to stand up and do something.
Yeah.
If that person's on the flight, what are they there for if that's not one of the options?
I bet it is.
Beat that guy to death.
Correct.
People are nuts.
And then duct tape to a chair or something. Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah. I just saw, by the way, when I was looking through my news that Chicago got like 4 inches of snow yesterday, but it's going to be 51 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be bad.
Right.
All the snow here is basically gone from the stuff we got a couple days ago.
That happened quick.
Yeah. Is this, did I hear right the other day that Monday might be our next chance at snow? And then maybe a little on Wednesday-ish or something?
Slide on back and take a look here.
I don't
thought that's what I heard.
Yeah,
accumulating, though.
Yeah.
10-day for Minneapolis, St. Paul. AM snow showers on Monday.
Monday.
Yep.
Okay.
Sweet.
And then hopefully that's it. That's enough.
Man, we got high of 18 next Friday.
Hideous.
What is it, Thursday?
Cold.
25.
Okay. That'll be fine for the smoker.
Yeah.
Smoke those turkeys.
Zach's coming over?
Wow. Wow.
greasy.
Hold on. You gotta turn his mic on. Sorry.
Yeah, Daddy.
Kiss me.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
What temperature you want?
An international team of scientists. That sounds like something from like a superhero movie.
Yeah.
An international team of scientists say they found a previously unknown compound in U.S. drinking water. A study published in the Journal of Science says the compound forms from the decomposition of disinfectants that are used to protect people from diseases like cholera and typhoid. Their toxicity is still unknown, but researchers express concern about how widespread they are and their similarities to other substances that pose risks.
What a cool accidental transition, because Sauce has been working on his RFK Jr. impression. This is the perfect time to unfurl it. Go.
I've never heard that man speak. Doesn't he talk like this?
Wait, hang on.
Wait a minute.
How do you say, I've never heard that man speak, and then immediately go, why doesn't he talk like this?
Hang on, though.
Of course you've heard him talk.
Hold on. Time out. Restart. I wasn't listening, and I thought I heard something else, and then I got it.
What part weren't you listening? You said, I've never heard that.
It sounds like the grape stomping lady.
I wasn't thinking.
I thought he was doing a Metallica song.
I have heard it.
You know, I've never seen Seinfeld ever once do stand up, and I always ask myself, what are the deal with these people going to see Seinfeld? Oh wait, no, I mean I didn't.
Sorry.
No, I mean I
made a mistake. I apologize. I made a
That's
mistake.
where you have to then just kind of say, could you repeat that? And then that's while you're thinking.
Good point.
Okay,
Can
now that you
repeat
clearly have heard him,
everything in our water is bad. Isn't that how he talks?
you tell me. You've been
Yes.
working on the impression. Go.
My name's RFK Jr.
You're just being a robot.
Sounds like Meat Sauce Robot. Yeah.
You're Johnny 5 from Short Circuit.
You're
That's a
Johnny 4.
good one.
The best of the Johnnies, by the way.
Yeah,
I
thank
think.
you.
And Rockies.
Yeah, Rocky
As I'm
IV is the
sitting
best
right
one.
here.
Oh.
I don't know why I make a Short Circuit reference when we talk robots. That's a almost 40-year-old movie that nobody cares
What
about.
else you gonna do? Though?
I liked it.
I mean, there's got to be other robots in the last
Yeah.
Can't think of one.
4 decades that have been noteworthy in film and TV. Right? What? When
Real
we think,
Wall-E.
No, I'm just saying. Wally's better.
Wally's
See,
Yeah,
there we
Wall-E,
go.
yeah.
Wow.
'Cause it's when I was trying to go through my brain. I'm like, if I don't do Short Circuit, what's next? And I was going to say Rosie from the Jetsons. That's
Yeah.
also like 70 years old. Paul, your hands up.
Woodhawk.
100%. She cleans.
That mouth looks slammed shut too hard, though.
Wow. I hadn't thought of it that long, but apparently you
I
have.
Yeah.
Hawk,
Me too. I
Gotta
felt the
think
same
these
way.
things through.
Your mic's on, Hawk.
I've never,
Mike's on, huh?
I've never, not once, never seen the Jetsons. But I used to love when the Jetsons would like get into like fun family adventures, or like when George would go to Spacely Sprockets and stuff. I love those episodes. Never seen it though.
Did you see the episode when he went to Amsterdam?
No.
I'm Mike's on Hawk.
In the future,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
Jetsons.
Sorry, I made a mistake.
it's okay, buddy.
I don't think I've ever heard that man speak.
But doesn't he talk like this? You didn't even take a breath.
Yeah, no.
Statement.
I'm full of Diet Coke.
It was like the Chappelle Show bit where he's sitting there. Oh, I'm blanking on the name. My goodness. Rick James. Rick James is like, are you crazy? I would never do something like that. Yeah, I did that. Like, don't pause.
Without
Just,
even taking a breath. Sauce, you're a wonder.
Thanks, man.
Family
I
of,
love this.
the family of a Canadian man who died in a poolside incident is suing the Excalibur Hotel and Casino.
Duh.
60-year-old Paul Nakashima died in June of 2023 when he slipped on the steps of the court pool and hit his head in the shallow water.
Jeez.
He died the next day. The lawsuit says lifeguards and pool staff failed to take immediate and proper action. The lawsuit also claims negligence and inadequate safety measures.
So Chris, you're telling me that quality assurance at Excalibur is less than the standard?
When you're wearing
No.
a suit of armor, it's hard to dive into the water and save somebody.
Lucky you didn't get eaten by the alligators in the moat. And usually these things, when you're walking in there, you assume all risk.
Yeah, of course. That's what I would think, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's sad. It's terrible. I mean,
especially the Excalibur.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like when I walk in there, I'm taking the risk of catching an airborne disease by just breathing, right? Everybody should know that.
You know what? You're not allowed in there anymore.
Oh, no, not that.
You know what? That's it. It's over.
No.
Tim and I spent like 8 hours there last year and had a great time.
See?
Roulette wheel.
Thunder from Down Under.
Your mic's on.
Yeah,
Bronchitis.
You're supposed to stay between us.
I got bronchitis.
Tim bought front row tickets.
Damn right he did.
He bought 2 so he could lay down.
Sniffers Row.
Yuck.
Over 6,500 organizations will benefit from Give to the Max Day in Minnesota. Special Day of Giving generated just over $37 million in donations yesterday. Over $330 million has been raised through the event since 2009. Well done, everybody.
Awesome.
Give to the Max was yesterday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
You can still give today if you'd like.
Yeah, but I wanted to give to the Max. Right? Now I would just give to the min.
Well, he was
He'll
here.
be
You
back
should give him
Monday.
something. Yeah, right.
The good news for those of us like me that forgot that yesterday was Give to the Max Day, Rosie had us covered. So we're good.
He did?
For sure. So don't worry about it. He gave to the Max, so we're
Perfect.
good.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, by the way, Pierce, you have a huge tab at the local charity. So you have to
Yeah, I
pay.
hope you're thirsty.
At least I can write this one off.
Brilliant. Well played.
Speaking of Tab, that's the only soda they serve at the Excalibur in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hawk
Tab.
loves it.
My dad loved.
It is Pepsi.
That's another reason not to go.
Of course, Zach knows.
Anyway, see if I care about anything else going on in the news. Sick of the bad news. I need some good news.
Some good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, find some good news in there. Huh?
Trying. Everybody's excited about the Wicked box office. We talked to Dr. Z. Dr. Z?
Dr. Z.
He got his degree.
He did? Where?
It's important you guys know this. He's a doctor of love. Specializes in the anus.
Jesus.
Who are you talking to over there?
I'm talking to the Lord.
Turkey is among several Thanksgiving items that will be cheaper this year. A new report shows prices for several Thanksgiving items, including pumpkin pie, frozen peas, and sweet taters, have dropped since 2023. Turkey prices have also decreased by 6%. Turkey, everybody. Everybody have turkey, or does anybody do ham?
Hell yeah.
You do,
Turkey in the smoker.
Yeah.
In the gravy.
What?
I'm sorry, Don?
In the gravy.
The gravy's the
Sweet
best part.
I
potatoes
thought you
are
were singing
gross.
YMCA or
Not if you do them right.
Yeah.
In the Gravy.
I could get you to like them.
You get me to like anything because I like you.
Kiss me.
What's going on over there?
What happened?
Yeah.
John and I are having a moment.
No, kiss him. See if you like it. He says, or you said he can get you to like anything. Give it a shot.
Yeah, use that pinky.
You're not looking for a new smoker, are you?
Yeah, because Zach's free.
Yeah. Zach's pissed.
And finally, there's a weight loss drug that now may also help decrease the chances of heart failure. A trial involving the drug Zepbound found that patients saw improvements in how far they could walk and a big drop in a marker used to measure inflammation and predict risk of serious heart events. There are mild side effects being reported, but Zepbound is like Wegovy and Ozempic. So these drugs, man, that they've figured out, and Dr. Zach told us when he was in here last time,
Dr. Z.
they're finding all kinds of different things that these drugs are good for. And
That's a terrible name.
But
it's a frickin'
Zepbound?
miracle.
Wait, did
Who came up with that?
Awful name.
Terrible name.
That's
a terrible
not
name.
a good name.
Rosie Jetson.
So that's the news.
So you were going to say something or not?
Nope. I'm not going to.
Hang on. You had a question, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you had something.
What's
No, I
up,
didn't.
baby?
Yeah, you had something, and now you know that what you were going to ask or say is
on, baby.
ridiculous, and now you've backed off.
I did the verbal version of a check swing, and I'm
Which
gonna
is?
back off. No, I
No,
forgot.
swing through. Swing
No,
away, Merrill.
Please swing.
No,
Please.
no,
No,
I
we're
was
not.
Gonna
We
try
are
and
not
come up-
going to break until you say what you were going to say.
Come out of it.
I was going to say something like, "Who came up with that?" Somebody said, "Who came up with the name of that drug?" But I couldn't think of anything with a Z, so I didn't come up with anything.
What? I didn't even understand that sentence.
not right.
Anybody
Somebody
follow
said-
that?
Somebody
I
said
speak.
who-
I speak.
You
Esau.
speak
I'm gonna
South.
say
Translate for us. What is he trying to claim?
He was in the process of thinking of a punchline of the person who would have
Came
come
up
up
with
with that name,
Zepbound.
but he couldn't think of anything that started with a Z or had a Z in it, so he check swung decided not to go.
Okay, but now you have time to think of somebody with a Z. Try the joke so we can kind of see where you were going with this. But like Jason Zucker has a Z in his name.
Just say like Johnny Sins or something.
That's Johnny Sins.
See, that's what I do. I just default to an adult film actor.
Fine. I didn't know Jason Zucker came up with a weight loss drug.
There you go. Is that hard?
This way.
Zepbound?
Or Brian Zipp.
Here we go.
Led Zeppelin, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm being played off.
I wish you were Zepbound.
I wish there was a punchline. One at a time.
Zepbound.
That's the news. Let's go to Hy-Vee, shall we?
Before we do that, though, Johnny K, you got to go, right?
I got to go. I love you guys very much. I will see you in 2 weeks because you'll be at Mall of America next Friday. But people need to go to my website, johncreasel.com. The 2025 calendar is filling up. Going to North Dakota tomorrow to speak. So, yeah, johncreasel.com. JohnCreasel.com.
All right, you're the best, dude.
I love you, Crease.
Marnie Gellner should be joining us in a second. Initials a little, about an hour from now. Glen Perkins should be here in like 15 minutes. But like Chris said, let's go to Hy-Vee.
Time now for the Vikings Report, presented by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Linebacker Jonathan Grenard joins the power trip next, thanks to Hy-Vee. And
as we get ready for sports, ladies and gentlemen, good luck to the kiddos today and all the parents out there. It's Prep Bowl 42.
Prep Bowl 42 takes over U.S. Bank Stadium today and tomorrow. 7 games in all. The Class 1A State Football Championship gets us started this morning at 10 a.m. A rematch twice over. Minnesota has defeated Springfield in each of the past 2 state championships. They'll go for number 3 today. Both teams are 12-0. Class 4A takes over at 1 o'clock. 2 powerhouse programs, Totino Grace and Becker. They're also both 12-0. And same for the 2A matchup at 4 o'clock. Staples Motley takes on Jackson County Central. Roman Voss, the top-rated junior in Minnesota, he's the quarterback for Jackson County Central, out with a broken ankle. We finish up tonight with the big schools. Class 6A at 7 o'clock. Maple Grove versus Minnetonka. Maple Grove champions just 2 years ago. Minnetonka's only title came back in 2004. We'll wrap up with 3 games on Saturday. 9-player Hillsbeaver Creek versus Fertile Beltrami. In 3A, Stewartville takes on Dassel Cokato. And in 5A, it's Elk River and Alexandria. Wow. All the action this weekend can be seen on Channel 45. I'm Ryan Phelps.
Christopher, yesterday the Fargo Flash was here, of course, because it was Thursday.
Right.
And he brought up that Maple Grove and Minnetonka. We're squaring off, of course, your squad, Maple Grove, versus Sauce's former squad, because now he's in Edina.
I bet he claims them now.
But he does claim them now.
They're good, yeah.
Fargo Flash said Minnetonka 15.5-point dogs, and Sauce said he would be willing to take the 15.5.
No chance. That's too much. That's too many points.
Can you guys settle on a number then? How many points would you be willing to give up?
Even
money, Sauce. Go for it.
Sure, how much?
Oh, geez, that was an easy negotiation.
Well, I mean, I'm not good at negotiating. Yeah, you already owe me 100.
I do?
Yep. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I was going to say.
No.
I was about to Venmo you.
You guys are betting 100 straight up.
Yeah.
All right. Straight up.
Wow, just 15.5 points wiped away. Fantastic.
I don't even think that's real.
Fargo Flash said it is. When is he wrong?
Yeah. Glen Perkins, I'm sorry. We have gambling problems.
Hey, we all have our problems.
Yeah, right.
Bunch of misfits in here, Perk.
How are you, man?
Hi, Glenn.
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. It's good to be here bright and early in the morning. And the nerves haven't quite settled in yet, but I know they will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
That's right. We got smelling salts for that.
Yeah, for sure. We're good with that.
Love it.
You know the game then?
I do know the game.
Good.
Are you good at the game?
Define good.
Like when you're listening in the car, you get a couple? That kind of good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Competitive.
Yeah. I mean, I think one is realistic. Who knows what can happen?
Right.
I'm going to be horribly embarrassed. Everybody on my daughter's hockey team knows I'm doing this. I have a group of pickleball friends that I play with. They know that I'm on this morning. So there's a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
I hear you and Parrish go back a little bit. You guys know each other pretty well, right?
We do, yeah. We've known each other for a while and crossed paths here and there. Daughters in hockey, so good to see Perry this morning. And
And what about that gal over there?
Well, now, this is the thing.
Oh, man.
This is the thing.
They let anybody in here.
Tuesday, I'm at an establishment down in Lakeville before my daughter's hockey game, and one of the other hockey dads says, "Hey, I heard Marnie was talking crap about you on the air this morning." I'm like, what do you mean? I missed that. Yes. Hi, Marnie. Hi.
Buddy.
Good morning. So I get the lowdown. I text Marnie and say, I'm catching strays. This happens when I can't defend myself. Corey Provis is really good at doing this on air. And so Marnie did that. So now I need to make sure that I beat her, but I know that she's been playing really well.
She's good at this game.
Not really.
Thank you. I accept that. I'm happy to have you here. It's going to be fun today. Shutouts are okay. You were a good pitcher, so you just think about that.
Okay.
What?
Like you rest on that.
Sounds like
Her trash talk's terrible.
Yeah,
I think she was trying to say, like, your goal used to be to shut out the team or to get a shutout.
Way better. That's way better.
But now I think she's implying that you might get shut out.
I can handle failure.
Yeah.
I can handle failure, and you know what? I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
It'd be cool. It's like 45 minutes from now. Sauce, my guess is Glenn wants to hear the sports, and you're the one that's going to deliver it to him.
I can do it.
That's how we're going to start it with.
Yeah, I mean, let's throw him right into the fire.
5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Thank you all around.
The Minnesota Wild beat the Oilers 5-3. The Wild got goals from Boldy, Foligno, Johansson, and they got 2 from Goudreau. The Wild are 13-3-3. They're one of the best teams in the NHL, Perry.
Yeah, they are one of the best teams in the NHL. They know it. The rest of the NHL knows it. The confidence that this squad has is so impressive. They go out there, they know their game, they stick to their game. They don't get rattled by much, if anything. And that depth scoring is just been huge. Goudreau getting another 2 goals there. He's Foligno and Johansson. All the guys that we were missing are scoring this year, and they're doing it by committee. Everybody's having their nights, and it sure is fun to watch. Our goalies are battling back there. Gus, obviously one of the best in the league.
Wow.
And Flower still doing his thing, still kicking around at almost 40. Old timer. But Wild are playing great, and they continue to play great. Shut down an Edmonton team like that. Anytime you can beat an Edmonton team who a lot of experts have picked to win the Stanley Cup this year.
All right, Sauce, I have a question. You type all of your sports notes into your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Did you type into your phone, they are one of the best teams in the NHL? Or was that an ad lib?
No, I wrote it.
I felt like you did. Based on the way that you said it, I felt like you did type, they are one of the best teams in the NHL.
You wouldn't want to off the cuff something like that.
You got to script that
dangerous.
out.
Dangerous.
That's a good reminder so he doesn't.
Sure.
Yeah, so you don't forget to say that. That's fantastic.
Yep. Shohei Ohtani has now won the MVP award unanimously 3 times. But Aaron Judge yesterday also won, but it wasn't unanimous because
Lavelle did not vote for Aaron Judge.
How about that?
Why is he such
29 out of 30 first place votes for Aaron Judge, and Lavelle didn't vote for him again.
No, I don't know whatever.
Did he put Bobby Witt first?
He probably did.
Yeah.
Kansas City guy.
He does do that sometimes. He just likes to be contrarian. I don't know. Just doesn't go with the pack ever.
Glenn, you played in Major League Baseball.
I did.
Is Shohei Ohtani the best player ever?
Yes.
Thank you. I said that, and I got savaged not by these guys.
No,
These guys don't
not
care enough.
savage. Somebody
wrote me a letter.
Handwritten letter, and mailed it here to the station with about 30 bullet points on why Sauce was wrong.
Yeah.
And that guy sent the same letter to me because he knew Sauce would just throw it away. So he wanted me to see the same stats. He's like, don't let Paul get away with this anymore. Paul's dead wrong. And it was Babe Ruth, right, that he was arguing is the best, and that Shohei's not even close to in his category statistically.
Babe Ruth, Adam Ottavino said this a couple years ago when he was with the Yankees. Babe Ruth couldn't play in today's game, let alone do what Shohei Ohtani's doing. Shohei Ohtani just won.
Why couldn't Babe play in this?
Babe Ruth didn't see the velocity. He didn't see breaking balls the same. Like, the game wasn't the same, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with being the best player in a different generation. But it's my contention in every sport that the best player in the game is the best player of all time, because the games continue to elevate.
Interesting.
Well said.
Wow,
well said.
Shohei Ohtani just won the MVP unanimously without pitching and he's, when healthy, one of the 3 to 5 best pitchers in the game.
Also caught a break that Lavelle doesn't vote for NL MVP.
What we're seeing from Shohei is unprecedented. It's not even close. It's not even close.
You didn't even hesitate when Sauce asked you, is he the best player of all time? You didn't even hesitate.
No, there is. I haven't even seen him play live, but you don't have to.
Sauce, you got to cut up this MP3 and then email it to that guy that sent you that letter.
Shohei, according to this quick Google search, is the only designated hitter to win MVP.
Full-time DH.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So he's even better than that. All he does is hit. Okay. Mars? The Wolves are 8-7.
Ugh.
They lost last night 110-105 to a terrible Raptors team who was 4-12. They haven't won there in 20 years. They haven't won in Boston in a long time, and they play them Sunday.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Well, they had lost 19 in a row in Toronto. Now it's 20. They've lost 17 in a row in Boston. It was a bad loss last night, and the Wolves just did not play well. And yes, there is reason for concern. And yes, it's still early, but I think if you're a Wolves fan and you want to be frustrated right now, you have every right to be, because last night was a game where you had off days on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, practice days, whatever. Wednesday was a travel day, but that does not happen very often within the NBA season to have 3 days with no game. And that's what the Wolves had. And Chris Finch was saying, we need to shore up parts of our defense, and this is going to be great. We need to install a couple of principles or kind of sharpen things up. And then that's the game you come out and play. And that is concerning. And there are things to figure out, and there was sloppiness. There were so many turnovers and just not cohesion.
What a mess.
It is a mess right now. That's not saying there's not time to turn it around. People were pointing out the Dallas Mavericks last season were not title contending Dallas Mavericks until after the All-Star break. And then they just put the foot down and they rolled and something clicked. And the Wolves could very well be that. I mean, they might look like title contenders by Christmas. But right now, they do not. And it's a struggle, and that was a bad loss last night.
Sauce wanted to fire Finch last night?
No, I did not. I did not say that.
Whoa.
I did not say that.
I thought that's what is that not what he said, Corey?
No, I didn't say that.
He wanted Tim Conley fired.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
He also wanted Tim Conway fired.
Which is, I believe he has passed away.
I think he's dead.
Marnie, 10 hours ago, Sauce tweeted a firestorm of criticism towards the Timberwolves, but specifically trading Cat for 2 bad players is a fireable offense.
Hey, by the way, I've tweeted a lot of things about the Minnesota Twins, and one of the PR guys is sitting behind me. He knows it's all a joke, and I'm just waiting for the rebound.
I bet he does.
I'm sure Mitch loves your tweets.
Yeah.
I'm sure those are always fun, where it's like...
Hilarious.
When you tweet, boycott the Twins...
That was a joke.
Oh, that was a joke. I'm sure Dustin and Mitch and everybody think it's so funny when Sauce does one of his great jokes.
The Gophers battle Penn State this Saturday at 2:30, pregame at 12:30. The Gophers are 6-4. Penn State is 9-1, and they are about a 12-point favorite.
Let's go.
We'll
It's
see.
going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
College football, mate.
Senior day.
Yeah. Hold on. What was the one game, Hogs, Daddy?
And
That's
Rosie
tomorrow.
go?
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Ohio State and Indiana.
Yeah. How about that, Hawk?
Yeah,
Ohio
that'll be
State. Now a 10.5-point favorite. I think I had them at 14. Whoops.
Jeez Louise.
What happened? How did that swing 4 points?
I don't know.
Well, that's not good. All right, well, stole more people money. Week 12 started with the Browns beating the Steelers 24-19. Chubb scored with 57 seconds left, his second touchdown of the day.
Damn, alligator ate his hand.
The Steelers are 8-3. The Browns are the exact opposite of 3-8. And the Vikings battle the Bears on Sunday at noon, pregame at 10. The Vikings have won 3 straight. They're 3.5-point favorites. Go Vikings.
Glenn, Major League Baseball will test robot umpires at 13 spring training parks, and it could lead to regular season use potentially as early as 2026. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Get the calls right. This same thing happened with when they introduced replay like 15 years ago. We can't have this. It's going to ruin the human element of the game. If they invented baseball right now, they wouldn't even have umpires on the field. And there's a place for them, but getting the calls right, and that's the most frequently called event in baseball is balls and strikes. I would like them to get them right.
That is a really interesting way to look at it. If they invented baseball right now, they wouldn't have umpires on the field.
Yeah. Yeah,
we have
smart. You're good at this.
I like this.
You called him dumb on Tuesday.
Glenn's
dumb.
We have the technology to do it.
Now you're just sucking up.
The technology is there.
It's just a joke.
Were
I
you
don't
just
mean
kidding?
it.
Yeah, Martin's just kidding.
Mitch, I didn't mean it.
Anyway, all right. Let's do some Vikings news when we come back. Glen Perkins makes his initials debut at 8:15, $78,500 up for grabs with the St. Paul Federal Credit Union initials jackpot.
Hey, Zacho, do you have a baseball back there? I want to find I want to see how you hold a four-seam fastball in your hand when you're about to throw it.
I could show you that. Yeah.
I'd like to see what it looks like in your hand.
Look around.
Yeah, look around.
Look
around and find one, Zacho.
Make sure it's a baseball.
I just appreciate you didn't ask me if I have one with me because people assume that, you played baseball, you must keep a baseball with you.
Brilliant.
Just in case somebody wants to have a catch.
Never know. You never know.
All right. Vikings news is next. Glen Perkins is here. Marnie Gellner, Mark Parrish. This is the Power 2 Morning Show.
Throwback and farewell, local music on the Power Trip Morning Show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday on the Power Trip. It is 7:45. We got a studio full of big-time guests, including Glen Perkins. Hey, Mark Parrish.
What up?
Oh, wait. Are you good? Everybody okay? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I heard some weird noises.
So we found a baseball for Glen.
Oh, yeah, good. Mark Parrish.
Yes.
Do you think you could hit a four-seam fastball from Glen Perkins?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting the nod from Perk. Yeah.
Think so, really?
Yeah, I mean, it would take me maybe a little while.
Ago?
Now, yes.
Okay.
That's what I was giving Perry the nod.
Okay, yeah, because
in 2024 you got it.
Yeah, because I've watched him pitch, and I'm telling you, like the whole thing with like lefties too is different. I
can imagine, yeah.
No, when in his prime.
I want to say thank you.
You got a piece of it
to Radco for bringing Vikings news. Normally right here, as they always do. We'll get you a little bit of that in a minute, but I got a million questions about throwing balls.
Whoa!
I do.
So, Zach, turn your mic on.
So we do have that baseball over there, and I do want to see what it looks like, how you hold the balls and stuff like that. But at what point in your life do you know that you might be good at throwing baseballs really fast?
I'm gonna tell you the kind of the story of my career was I just kept playing until somebody told me you're not good enough to play anymore. I never like every kid I feel like that plays baseball has like aspirations to play in the major leagues. It's not a particularly realistic goal, but I was playing in high school. I made the high school team.
Stillwater, right?
Yeah, it's Stillwater. Yeah. And then colleges were like, hey, you should come pitch for us. And so I was like, okay, I'll go do that. And then I was pitching in college, and then Major League Baseball teams were like, hey, we like what you're doing. You could come play for us. And then at some point they were like, yeah, you're not quite good enough anymore, so you're done. And that's kind of how it was. So like I never really knew what was I don't know. I was never prepared for the next thing. I was never thinking about the next thing. It was just like, this is what I'm going to do right now. I was never a big kid. I never threw hard until I got to the big leagues is when I started actually throwing hard. And so I don't know if that was maturity, if that was working out, doing all of those things that got me better velocity, better coaching, all of those things. But, I don't know. I never really dominated until I got older, so I just kept getting opportunities, probably because I was left-handed and knew where the ball was going more than how hard it was coming out of my hand.
Wow, yeah. Interesting. Late bloomer then, kind of.
Yeah.
Wow.
But baseball is kind of like that, too, where in the NBA, if you're 16 and you're on the top AAU circuit, you're headed to the NBA, and we know it, and it's just a matter of time. And in baseball, there are a lot of stories like yours where guys did not dominate in high school or college. They went to junior colleges.
Well, every year, back then they were drafting 1,500 kids. There was 50 rounds of the draft, 30 teams. So there was There was a lot of opportunity in that sense, but
what round were you drafted in?
The first.
You asked a question, Mark.
Okay.
It's factual. You can look it up.
I know.
Marnie wanted you to be like the 1300th pick.
Justin Verlander and I were in the same draft, which is insane because he's still pitching, and I've been done for 7 years now, and I feel like I'm 60. And somehow he's still pitching in the big leagues. I don't know.
Well, things have worked out pretty well for Justin Verlander.
He's doing okay.
He's doing.
Corey's talking about off the field.
No, I'm not. The guy's a Cy Young Award winner, Marnie. For God's sakes, and he's still in the league. He was a first-round pick. Great career.
I'm going to cut to the chase thing because you kind of went there. How's your arm feel right now as we're sitting here? Does it hurt? Does it ache all the time?
It only hurts when I throw a baseball. Outside of that, it's fine. If I try to throw like hard, it does hurt. So if I went to strike Perry out, I would be in pain after.
It made me feel a little bit better.
Day to day, it's fine though. Day to day, it's fine. My career ended with shoulder surgery, and it never really healed. But like my day to day activities are totally normal.
You ever jump on the rink with like Morneau and Parrish and play a little hockey or not? Are you a part of that game?
I've played at Mauer's house. Justin lives like 3 hours away from me.
Yeah.
So I haven't made it to that one. Also, like Justin's game is all like former NHL players.
Like Parrish.
Yeah. And
I was there too.
Okay, former NHL players and then Joe, who's good at everything.
Fair enough.
Joe's game is all like his high school buddies. And so that's more my level. I would get embarrassed if I played with Perry and those guys.
You know what I find incredible about what you've done? You grow up here, you play college ball here, you play pro ball here. I don't know how many people have done that kind of thing. You're from Minnesota, and you stayed in Minnesota the entire time, except for, of course, the minor leagues thing.
I was incredibly lucky, and at no point did I ever take that for granted. I got to go home every day after my job, and to me, it honestly felt like what any other person does. A day game, I'm getting to the field at 9. I'm getting home at 5 o'clock. I'm having dinner with my family and putting the kids to bed, waking up in the morning, bringing them to school. Just incredibly lucky to never leave. And when I got to a point in my career where I had the choice to sign or to try free agency, I always chose to sign because I knew how lucky I was to be here.
What was the closest you ever came, though? Like, did you ever get a call from your agent saying, I have 2 or 3 teams that are pretty interested? Or
I don't know if Mitch was in the PR department at the point.
Mitch wanted you out?
I have heard rumors.
Right.
I have heard rumors that a press release was written for me to get traded, like in 2008.
He's not.
The press release was written, and then it didn't go through.
And you know the team that was supposed to be too?
Yeah.
Way to go, Mitch.
Yeah.
And
Can you reveal
then the
it?
trade fell through.
On the Twin side or the other team side?
I do not know that.
You don't know?
It was.
Let's get to the bottom of that. Let's see who balked.
It was. They were probably like, we don't want this dork from Minnesota. He's not good enough. It was Alfonso Soriano.
What?
I think he would have been the Nationals
I think
at the time.
2008
or 9, somewhere in there.
When he was traded to the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that was that close.
I think
didn't
so.
know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
When Mitch was typing up the press release, was he like,
Soriano was with the Cubs from 07 to 13. So maybe
it might have been
maybe when he went from the Nationals to the Cubs?
06. Yeah, it could have been like 06.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got traded to the Cubs, it looks like, and then went to the Yankees after 13.
Yeah. So, no, it definitely wouldn't have been 13. So, it would have been way earlier. So, I was drafted in 04. 06 sounds right. Probably the deadline of 06.
Wow.
The world will never know.
Yeah.
I blame Mitch. Anyway.
Way to go, Mitch.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. It's pretty rare, like Chris was saying, that high school, college, pros.
It's awesome. That's
Pretty cool.
every kid's dream.
Joe and I, Mauer, we were roommates at an all-star game right out of high school. So he had gotten drafted. I was going to the U, and that was the first time we met. And so then fast forward 3 years later, I get drafted, sitting in a clubhouse in spring training with Joe. And so we kind of had similar journeys in that sense. He was up here as a player, and I was more down here. But we were very lucky. I mean, it's incredible. And I've, like I said, never taken it for granted. To never have to leave, to always be home is pretty special.
Are we on the camera yet, Zacho? Are we on KFAN.com/watch?
We will be next segment.
Okay, cool. Let's wait till next segment then so you can show the camera how you hold the baseball for the different throws. But I'm interested in seeing that. Go ahead, Marty. Do you have something?
Yes.
Sorry.
Well, obviously you are left-handed. You're a left-handed pitcher. You talked about that being something that is an advantage in pitching in general. I can't throw a ball left-handed, but I write left-handed. I eat left-handed. I do a lot of daily activities. Are you left-handed through and through in everything you do, or is it just in sports?
Yeah, you could tie my right arm behind my back and I wouldn't lose any ability to do anything. My right arm, my right hand is non-functional.
Huh.
Very, very left-handed dominant.
And didn't you have a left-handed grandfather?
Yeah, my grandpa on my mom's side.
And did he pitch or just help you throw a baseball? There was some connection to your grandpa.
He played catch with me. My parents were baseball fans and took us to Twins games and all those things when I was a kid. But my grandpa was the one that I guess if there was anybody that instilled a love of baseball in me, it was probably him.
Was he left-handed?
He was left-handed. Yeah. Yep. That's the only one. My parents aren't. My brother's not. Nobody else on any side. Yeah. So
your kids?
Who knows? No.
But yet you are dominantly left-handed.
Yeah.
Wow. That's chances of that, huh?
Hey,
right?
When was Target Field built? Sorry.
2010.
So what was it like to throw in the Metrodome compared to Target Field?
The nice thing was going there and knowing you were going to play and that the weather was the same every day. That was the best mound I ever threw on. It didn't get baked by the sun. So it was like a good sticky clay. And it was tall. That mound was on hydraulics because they'd have to put it down for the football games. And so I always felt like that Metrodome mound.
Wait.
The mound was on hydraulics?
Yeah.
That off
so they would lower it down and then put like a steel plate.
Had never heard that before.
Because that was at like the 20-yard line or something.
It makes tons of sense. I just thought they dusted it up, put it like a broom and a dustpan.
We'll build it back up.
Yeah, we'll build it back up. We'll have Sauce come out and build a sandcastle, and then we'll knock it into like a dome shape.
Yeah. So it would always crumble around the edges because when they would bring it back up, then they'd have to kind of mold it into the field. But it always felt taller than the other mounds. Like they raised it up a little more. So I did like the Metrodome mound. But I always said with Target Field, they had a blueprint of the Metrodome of everything that was horrible about a stadium. And so they could, as they were planning Target Field, okay, this sucks about the dome. Let's do it this way. And so I think that's part of why Target Field turned out so awesome.
What was it like playing with Johan Santana?
I think the most entertaining thing was watching him and Carlos Silva fight. They were like brothers. And so the day-to-day interaction between them was awesome, entertaining. That was my introduction to the big leagues. And these guys are taking their job seriously, but also having a ton of fun. But I learned a lot from him. When I first got called up, he was tipping pitches. I didn't even know that was a thing. And so watching him throw bullpens and figuring out how to disguise what he was doing, things like that helped me in my career.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what that means. What's tipping pitches mean?
Tipping pitches would be doing something differently. Like if you're throwing a fastball or a changeup or a breaking ball, you would do something with where your glove was or the hand position. They're looking for things.
The hitter.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it.
It's like a physical tell in poker, right? It's you're giving away what you're doing.
Exactly. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
It's the same we talk about in football, right? A running back, whether it's a pass play or a run play, has to try to look exactly the same. Otherwise, the defense knows which.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, that guy's clearly getting the ball handed to him.
Yep. And so hitters are always looking for anything to give them an advantage because it's so difficult to hit. Yeah. And so that was something I learned from Yo back then. But him and Carlos, man, were just so fun to just try to stay out of their way. But he was awesome.
So in that process, when you were watching Silva, did you have physical tells that you were unaware of until somebody or a professional coach was like, hey, you might want to hide this a little bit better? Did you have some of those or not?
I don't think so. But it was more this is something I need to pay attention to.
Right. Make sure you don't pick them up.
Yeah. That wasn't something that ever happened at the lower levels. They didn't have the video capabilities. They just didn't pay attention to that. It was everybody's just trying to survive. And in the separators in the big leagues are all those little things. It's that extra 1%. And so I, over the years, just did what Johan did because I figured that was a good plan.
What was the worst part of your game? What was something you never were able to kind of get a hold of?
Oh, my gosh. That might be the most difficult question I've ever been asked.
Hey, put him in the grinder.
I mean, excuse me. Baseball is a game of struggles.
Is that your RFK impression?
I got him all choked up.
You got him.
Sauce, that's how you do it.
Emotional.
It's this caramel. This caramel is coming up a little bit. Man, the thing I struggle with the most, I think the grind of the season, being there every day. It's 162 games in like 180 days. Throw in spring training, 195 games in 220 days. Just getting up every day. And when I moved to the bullpen, it helped me a lot because I went there every day to prepare to play that night. When I was a starter, you would do your job, or you would have your day to do your job. And then you'd have 4 days where you were just on your own. You weren't even part of the team. You were doing your own. You were on your own program. You knew you weren't going to play that night, and so that was a struggle.